So I'll quickly move to because we said earlier on that friendship is about two, at least if I'm being frank, at least two people are involved. Or let's say friendship between one person and the other, and we can have group of friends. So, but you have at least two people for you to call that relationship a friendship. Okay, so my mom also told me, not only you, Marvels, that you don't know how to keep friends. Blah 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 blah. Completely introvert and have my own personality, very different from my friends. So it was. I mean, in secondary school we were three very closely knitted friends. Yeah, very closely knitted friends. But my friends are happy. They can preach the gospel and everything. They are just on the forefront doing all of those things. But I'm the very relaxed one behind the scenes, just doing my own things, minding my own way. And they are very playful. I wasn't. I can't be playful. It depends, but they will punch each other. They are the ones that will. Oh my God, Tommy! I know you watch this, but thank you for everything you did. Yeah. So these guys can punch each other on the road playing. But when we now get to serious matter, they will just be lambasting me anyhow. But you are the one embarrassing us, fight, exchanging blows now. But what I'm trying to drive at is that we all have different personalities in a relationship or in a friendship. But how do we manage those individual differences? Because they are unique to us. I can't say you erase all of yourself for me just to be friends with me. So that is very important in maintaining that friendship, because that will make me say, how does Prof? And she said something that you should show me. I mean, you should show love the way I want it to I want to be loved. So you must also appreciate the uniqueness of the person you're being friends with. So my question is, how do we manage friendship? How do we make friendship blossom? Understanding all of those things, understanding loyalty, understanding trust, understanding everything that makes friendship worth it to you. How do we manage a friendship, and how do we make it grow? Anybody?
Personally, if you say this person is your friend, you should understand this person. Now, we saying, or personally, me saying that this person should have same value system. It doesn't mean that this person should have the same personality. So the value is actually not, the value is different, but the value should be the same or similar value, but the personality doesn't have to be the same. As a matter of fact, it should even be better when we have opposites. I can deal with it. I can deal with any kind of person. Just have good principles. Just have good value system. Believe in God and all of that. There are a lot of those values, but it doesn't mean that we need to have. If I'm an introvert or extrovert, you need to be the same. No, we can vibe in a certain area, but is personally understanding your kind of person. I know that this is this person's kind of person. And that's why we're even friends in the first place. If I don't understand your kind of person, we can't even be friends. I can't even call you my close friend. Yeah, we could talk and all that. Yeah, but if I say this person is my close friend, that's because I've gotten to understand your kind of personality and I can deal with it. I can manage this personality. I can manage this person's perception about life and things and all of that. So, and in trying to manage our friendship proper, is knowing that, first of all, this person has my back. I'm sure about that. That's the loyalty that Yemisi was talking about earlier. I know that this person is loyal. Now, there's something in the scripture that got me very much interested in their friendship. There are two people. There's the one with Naomi and Ruth. Although they were sister-in-law and daughter-in-law, but they had a certain level of friendship that the mother-in-law could tell the daughter-in-law, go and meet this, go to this place, you see a man. And when he came back and said, go dress like this, do like this, and a lot of things that she did, and that's not customary. That's not the usual. Another is between Jonathan and David. For heaven's sake, David was he was stealing his as a matter of fact, it was as if he was stealing his birthright, because he's the heir apparent to the throne, and then you are friends with somebody that, or you are preserving the life of somebody that wants to take your birthright, your throne. What kind of level of friendship is that? And that's absolutely, when I studied that, I was amazed about how somebody can really look at, because of the level of friendship. And there's a part they said that they are knitted as one. Because of that level of friendship, you could see that this person, Jonathan was not even interested in his own throne anymore, or his birthright. He wanted David to be king above him. His father wanted to kill him, and that was the easy way. He would have just helped his father kill David. Or allowed, not even helped, he would just allow the father kill David. And then you have the throne, but he was preserving David for the same throne that is his birthright. How can somebody be that selfless? Because this person is your friend.
Selflessness. Thank you. Anybody else?
I think, sorry.
Let me see.
I think one way to manage friendship would be, I always say, give your friend grace. Give your friends grace. Like, it's like how people can get upset that you're not responding on time, or that you never have time for them, or that, oh, you always behave like this, things like that. I think it's very important that you give your friends grace. Like, you're not perfect yourself. So when something even happens, sometimes there was one of my friends that did something, and I was saying it to somebody else that, oh yeah, that was really weird that she did that. It really annoyed me. And I think later, my other friend, he was asking, so what did you do? I was like, oh, I left it. Like, yeah, it's okay. Like, I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's not that deep. Like, yeah, I just want to talk about it in that moment, but it's fine. So sometimes it's really just giving your friends grace, and just think about the fact that no one's perfect. They did something. Yeah, they don't have my time right now. Let me give them grace. Like, they will find the time to be able to talk to me. So I think it's giving your friends grace. Yeah.
All right, let me just quickly chip this in. You must stand for something, or you fall for everything. So the first point in managing friendship is for me to be at a position that I know myself. What do I want in life? What do I desire? What are my expectations of people? So I know what I want to do. That's even why counseling is something that it could come to me, I could consider it, but I will make decisions from my mindset. That is one. Two, I think it's also important to realize that it's also something I always talk about my wife. She does not test friendship. And I don't mean putting tests to friends, but letting people prove themselves. And that's what happens over time. That's something that you observe people, you watch them before your heart will be, there will be like 10 doors to your heart. You open the first one if they deserve to come into the 9th level. And then if they succeed, if they are done well, you open the 9th door, and then they come to the 8th, and they can get to the point that they get to the first door. Once you have friends like that, I think it's very, very important that you'll be able to manage your relationship. And the last point is building on what Yemisi has said, is cutting slacks for people. Don't get angry at people because they have not done this. You have not called me. You have not done. So I don't really have too many. I leave room for my friends to fail for one reason or the other. So I would then be able to handle whatever comes to me. So there's not going to be. I have one old mentor who used to say that don't expect anything from anyone, and you won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
Because you are not expecting anything. So when you have friends, don't build a castle for them, Just make sure that you have moderate expectations. They are friends, but there could be reasons why they are not doing this or doing that at one time or the other. So for me, I won't say I'm the best person in the world to be friends with, but I'm like, there is nobody I can't even befriend. That has been my experience all my life. Whoever your type is, I can be your friend because I can amend myself to suit you. And then there won't be crisis. People in my former place of work back home, they would just be asking me, you never fought with this your guy? For God's sake, how did you manage? So of course, I make adjustments to everybody. So I will relate with you according to how you are. So probably we won't even
A bespoke relationship,
we won't
as it
have
were.
a moment of cry. I won't be a fool. But nevertheless, I will make sure that, because I hate crisis, confrontation, going to bed thinking I'm fighting with someone. If I can avoid it, I will avoid it.
With all your heart.
So I think managing friendship, like you have said, is very, very important. We know people who have been led to untimely death because of comments from friends, or friends breaking up with them, or friends making some kind of statements in unguarded period. And nobody should allow that room to exist. So God is the all in all. If God doesn't fail, anybody else could fail. And we will still be okay.
Yeah. Just to add to that, you see, I think you touched a part about emotional intelligence and understanding the person and not giving so much expectation, and you will not get disappointed. And another thing I see there is understanding people's places, even if they're your friends. You shouldn't make someone that's supposed to be just an acquaintance a best friend, and someone that's supposed to be a best friend an acquaintance, or just there about and just have the thing all mixed up. Now, if you understand people's places, especially in your life, knowing their level, and the level, like you said, about having like 10 doors to your heart, and time would always prove these things.
Yeah, Mrs. Smiling.
Yeah.
10 doors.
Yeah, it's about 10
Yeah,
doors.
metaphorically.
Yeah. But of course, it's in different levels. So you trust, loyalty, time would always prove these things, and those are the things that would give them the keys to the next door. And of course, when you have that understanding, you know that this person at this level should, of course, behave in a certain way, not that any other person around you will just take that place.
Okay, I'll let Yemisi talk. I'll ask a question, and I want Sister Gloria to answer the question.
It was a question for Prof. So you said you try to avoid confrontation, so you give the room for failures and stuff. So then how do you deal with when they've done something? When they've done
Like
something and
issues,
you actually need to
do you sweep
confront
it
them
under
and
the
tell
carpet,
them
or
you've done
do you
this.
address
So
them?
how do you deal with that?
I think you will understand your friend very well, how they react to people. If it's someone that's going to listen to me and understand where I'm coming from, I'm going to speak up and say, but if it's going to aggravate the situation, I probably will manage it over time. Maybe not when it's hot. Maybe at a point I just watch the mood when I can introduce this, and as if it didn't hurt me at all.
Right.
So my approach at that time will make the person to be relaxed and answering. Then I can speak my mind. But if you go when it's really hot and then you don't manage how you put it across, it can aggravate the situation.
Well, Prof, sometimes you can treat some matters as the hot.
No, that's not wisdom.
No, that's not wisdom.
That's not wisdom.
No.
You need to ask a question.
Yeah.
That's not
So
wisdom.
I'll
You need
ask
to
a question
then I
on
want to answer
loyalty,
that.
on loyalty
Before loyalty, I
in
just wanted to
relationship.
say,
Okay.
Okay,
say something. Yeah.
Managing friendship is something very brief. We've all said, well, what I wanted to say is under what we have said. Understand your influence over your friends. I have friends who I can make some certain jokes with, and I have friends who, if I repeat those certain jokes with, it will break them. It will destroy them. Like Prof said, it will hurt them. So understand your influence over your friends. Not that you're going to boss them around, but understand. And the same way they should also understand their influence over you. Understand it. There's some friends you can say some things to. Like he said, some friends you can, when things happen, you go, why did you do that? And there are some, you just be like, take a deep breath. I'll call you back. Then when you call, when everything is settled, you go, but I feel. And there are some who won't even listen to you. So understanding the kind of person that they are, understand your personality first, and understand their own personality. That would help the friendship develop over time and become good.
Okay, the last question on this managing friendship bit. We've talked a lot about understanding the personalities. Maybe Marvel does not like to call. If you call, Marvel will not call you in 10 days to check how are you doing. But it has his own way of expressing his own love and all of those things. So it's about just understanding that person. But my question is this. We've had situations of, say my friend collect my girlfriend or that kind of a thing. Like, okay, fine. Let's say I'm interested in a lady, yeah? and I've once mentioned that I love this lady. I would love to date this lady to my friend. And then my friend also was like, but I have feelings for this woman as well. But I also have feelings for this woman. But let me also try my luck. But I can't, at least I must let this thing out of my heart. Let me express it. If I don't express my love to this woman, my heart I will never know peace. I will never know peace. The first person, original person who told the friend, they get in, say yes.
Yeah.
It was the friend that the lady said yes to. Are we going to question loyalty in this situation?
Forgiveness is very key in friendship. You will hurt yourself. We're human beings. We will, things will happen, except, I don't know if they collect wife or collect us, but I don't know about that one. But things will happen. We'll hurt ourselves. We'll say things that we don't mean. I've had friends where we go, I'm not a confrontational person too. I might look like it. I might even act like it, but I'm not. When it comes to confrontation, it's just small. I would try to just run away. I might start the fire, but I'll run away. I'm not. So I've had friends who we've had, but I told you. Eventually, when it settles, we'll now say, how are you? Would apologize. And it's not sweeping under the carpet. We'll talk about it. But babe, what you said was very hurtful. How about, even in the midst of your anger, you shouldn't talk to me like that. But you said, okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to let it go. And we know that shouldn't repeat itself. When I was a child, I spake as a child, I thought as a child. Now, as we grow, let us begin to talk maturely. So, what am I saying? Let there be room for forgiveness. Like Prof and Yemi said, room for grace. Except you don't want the friendship to work. Except you're not interested in that person as a friend. Then you can say, okay, I don't care, go to hell. But if you're interested in this friendship, then you should be able to extend room for grace. Forgive yourself. Speak about it. Talk about it. And move on. Forgive and let it go.
So let's even make it worse.
Marvin
right?
wants to say something.
Sorry,
here.
let me just make it worse. So let's say man A likes the girl, but he asks her out and then she says no, and then man B tries the same friendship group, and then the girl says yes. Man B is not asking man A to even be his best friend, to be best man to the wedding. So how?
For loyalty's sake, man B should not ask the same lady out.
Exactly.
Yeah, so...
but if I've got feelings for the,
happened.
for the girl,
Feelings.
it does happen,
thing.
actually.
That's the thing. That's
So
the
I
thing.
should bottle my feeling.
No. I think it has happened sometime in the past in my life where just exact same scenario, man A likes girl A, friends with man A, which is man B, liked the same lady, and because man A tried, he did not get the lady. Man B now said, okay, let me try my luck. For heaven's sake, there are so many women in the world now.
But if I like the fresh tomato, I won't pluck them. I want this person
No, as long as
genuinely.
you really like this person genuinely, and for the sake of the friendship, you have to really let it go.
So I should sacrifice.
Because if
My
you
love.
value the friendship you
My
have with this
love.
person, except you guys are not close, or except you guys don't share anything meaningful, and then you can do whatever
It's not
you
the only
like.
girl
Or
in the world.
that's first of all, that's not the only girl in the world. But the second approach could be you guys can talk about it, have a conversation, not just going behind him and say, okay, you at least he tried, it didn't
Because
work.
this thing about friendship and relationship
Snatching.
and that kind of a
It's-
thing
it's-
happens.
it
We've
happens
had
a lot.
situations where a man divorces the wife
To marry her
to
best
marry her
friend.
best friend.
That's no loyalty.
That's not friendship.
That's not
in
even
fact.
friendship in the first place.
So how
as
do
a matter
you
of
deal with
fact,
that?
even if this person asks the lady out and she did not agree, and the guy even say it's fine, a lot of times it's not fine. He can say the man A or man B can approach the man A and say, you tried, it didn't work. Can I try? And he even hold on now. Even if he says yes, you can go.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't, because in his mind,
But people don't work like that.
People don't work like that.
That's the
But
thing.
people don't value friendship to that extent. But it shouldn't be, because
Prof
even
wants to talk.
because
Prof has been
is
breathing
silent.
like
Prof has been
he wants to.
briefing.
He wants to say something.
You know, the challenge that I have
Yes, sir.
is why we can rationalize a lot. Love is not mathematics, and it can sometimes be very difficult to understand how it works. What I will support here is what Marvel said about having a conversation. It depends on the kind of people you are. But I can understand it's going to be very clumsy, very awkward, very difficult. So it's going to be very, very rare. Contrary to what some people believe, there is nobody that God had assigned from heaven that this is, if you miss this one, you miss your destiny. No. Anybody that's saying that saw him in a dream and all that. Sometimes it could be a lie. So it's something that should rarely happen. But I just want us to have it at the back of our minds that sometimes this thing that we call love and relationship, it could be really, really strong. And someone can feel that if I miss this, so I'd rather crave the understanding of my friend. And in any case, if the previous girl, if there was no animosity, if it was like, you know what, we won't work. I like you, you're a good guy. But you know what, this may not likely work. So please, don't let us spoil our friendship. And that kind of a thing, if a guy is the understanding type, he may not take it to heart and say his friend should not. We are only hoping at the end of the day that there won't be.
Prof,
I would not have said no if I knew that.
Prof, where the problem is the man A or the friend you are going to crave his indulgence can actually tell you it's fine. Right? And at that point, it might have been fine. But when you now start up the relationship with this person, and then they now start
coming up to give him gist.
No, to be posting self.
or posting. You think you're talking from experience? I can feel the pain.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's yes.
Oh no.
That was why she was interested in the answer.
Give her tissue. Give her tissue.
No, cracking.
Me. What?
Add
Cry for
girl.
what?
Oh, there she cannot
No, but
cry.
how do you? Because it comes back to the question about managing friendships. So how do you
Betrayal.
manage that now? Let's say, like you said it's fine. No, you said it's not fine.
No, at the beginning,
You said it's not fine.
It's fine, but it's not fine at the end.
No, I'm saying now.
Yes.
At the beginning,
Yeah.
you said it's not fine.
Okay, yeah.
And it's still carried on.
Yeah.
So how do you
now
now
posting
mend
and all
that?
that.
How do you? Do you just separate?
No.
Break off the friendship?
Yeah. Remember what we said at the beginning that one of the anchors of friendship is loyalty. Loyalty, trust. Now, if those two pillars have been broken at the friendship, what's actually left in the friendship? So when you can outline what is left in the friendship, and then you can pick it up from there.
But should loyalty mean, sorry to cut in, should loyalty mean me denying myself what I want for myself?
Like
Yeah.
Prof said, it can be very deep. It's beyond
You
mathematics.
see, like what Prof said, it can be very deep. But at that point, I don't think it's deep. It's an attraction. It can be anybody. At that point, it's not deep. Nothing
it
has
can't be
gone.
true love.
It hasn't gone far.
See,
It hasn't gone.
said,
It hasn't gone anywhere, Prof.
Who said
At
it
the
hasn't
begi-
gone anywhere?
No. At the beginning, where this one tried, man A tried to get Lady A. Lady A said no to man A. Then man B now said, "Let me try."
Try my luck. As a girl
And at that point of trying, the girl has not even said yes. So it's just an attraction. What if the man B eventually not tries? The Lady A still says no. What will she do? What would the man B do? Will he kill himself? No. So it means that there's a possibility of it not going any further. But if they've already started something, and then it was already deep, that's fine.
So let's now say, okay, you feel betrayed as a friend because this boy or
I have
this
a story
girl
for
was not
betrayal.
loyal. You have a story? Yeah, please bring it on.
It's not about
Relationship?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
it's about relationship.
we want to hear.
It's about relationship.
We
Yeah.
want to
You
hear.
guys are
It
doing
was
things.
yeah.
People are doing
So
things.
there was this person I was with at the time, and it was going well at some point, and then it stopped going well.
What happened?
Wait now, then my friend then
One gist.
Prof. So my friend then, it was we're actually close. We used to go to school together, so it was, and then because he knew I was not into this girl as much as she was into me.
Okay.
And the girl was going, because we are all friends, we're just a set of friends. And the girl was going to give him gist of how I'm not giving her the attention and going to give another girl attention. So this, my friend, now took advantage of. He's coming, he's not even, he took advantage of that information of, okay, the person that you are even killing yourself for is not interested in you as much as I am interested in you.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
Too
one
marking.
thing led to another, and they started whatever they started.
Ah, yeah,
Oh no.
But the thing is, she told me, she eventually came and told me, see what happened. I felt very bad. So that's why I can say that at the beginning, the guy can say, it's fine. But when he now sees these two people together, the same person that he has said,
will
it's
be
fine, he'll be hot because he feels that there was something, there was an attraction. And then my friend is having something that I once had or wanted to have or something. That makes it's very clumsy.
Did you continue the friendship?
I continue the friendship with
Are
both
you
of them,
still
but
friends?
it's not like the way that's why I said something damaged. So when in a friendship, when the pillar or when one of the pillars or some pillars on the friendship damages, you ask yourself what is left. Now, if what is left is still tangible, you can continue the friendship. But if what is left, if what is left
It's not.
is not,
Then what do you
that's the end of the friendship.
So ex-friend.
Automatically.
Ah, no, don't call them as friend. Once you were once friends,
You are
one was
friends.
You're
close.
friends for life.
Well, let me quickly just chip in about betrayal.
Yes, sir.
I've had experience of betrayal too. It's not romance related, but how do you handle betrayal? I said earlier that expectations must be moderate. Cut people slacks, they can really mess up and all that. But you are forgiving. You have an open mind. There was an incident where I worked back in Nigeria. We were competing for the position of vice dean in my faculty, and somehow two camps developed. I belonged to one, and another camp developed and raised another guy to compete against me. And the guy they raised happened to be my best man at my wedding. And we were talking, and at the end of the day, a prof called us inside, and my friend started insulting me and sending me home, because we were concerned. So when we came out of the room, I said, my friend, on top this matter, he apologized, and that was okay. We had that election. He won by a mark. And I just felt the day they announced the result, I called my friend. I said, you know what? You are in this position. We are in it together. I'm going to give you the support. And I did. And the position that he occupied, people thought I was the one in that position. Because I just felt the interest is let things get right. When he finished his tenure, there were still camps where everybody said, nobody is going to allow anybody to rise up in opposition against you. And I was ushered in like a neutral candidate. Now, why am I saying that? Sometimes when you handle betrayals properly, it could come out for you positive at the end of the day. What we should know is betrayal will come.
Yeah.
I mean, it will happen. Prepare yourself. Don't have too high an expectation. So that's just what I will say. It will hurt. It will be painful. But we must be able to manage that pain and let it pass so that it doesn't stand as a stumbling block to trusting other people or living your life. So, that's just what I would say.
Anybody else on how to manage betrayals in friendships? Oh, okay,
Prophet said it all.
Prophet said it all. The man of wisdom. Our Father in here.
Please.
Our Father in here.
Please.
Yeah, so I would just to wrap it up. Thank you so much for sticking with us so far. I would just let everyone wrap up with maybe just something you really want us, maybe a sentence or at most 2, 3 that you want people to summarize everything that you have in mind for this topic. So where do I started from here the other time, so I'll start with Prof this time around.
Okay, let me be very brief because I know about time. I've often told people that if you give me an option to choose between friendship and love, I'm going to choose friendship. Friendship is stronger than love. And I'll go for friendship. And that's why I chose to love the person who was my friend so that we can cement that. So friendship is very important. It is necessary. You have to manage it. But God has not created anyone to stand alone. without a friend. Friendship comes naturally. When you are in kindergarten, you have friends. When you are in primary school, you have friends. When you are in secondary school, you have friends. And as you grow, there will be people that will be positioned around you as support stands. Friendship is important, and what we've discussed today had looked at different dimensions of friendship. But one thing that we have not said is anyone can do without friendship. There has to be friendship. And I just pray that we will get it right in having friends.
Amen. Amen. Delectable Sister Gloria.
Oh. Well, what I just wanted to say is friendship should be mutually beneficial. So check your friendships. Check it. Are you the only one benefiting? Or is your friend, so-called friend, the only one benefiting? Friendship should be symbiotic. It shouldn't be parasitic, So check your friends, check your circle of friends. Your friends should lift you up. You should be better off as a result of the friends that you have. If you're getting worse, or you think about your friends, you almost have a heart attack, or you think about your friends and you become sad, or you see your friend and you want to hide, that is not even your friend. So you should have somebody who lifts you when you're down, someone who is there, who you can call and has your back at any point in time, basically. So check your circle of friends, reevaluate your friendship, and know it is maybe, and know whether it is time to get rid of some people whom you have in your circle of friends.
That was nice. So I think I'll pick up from where you stopped about evaluating friendship, and where I would go is regardless of the kind of friendship you have, whether it's friendship in family or family that are friends, it's always very important that we do a stock take of our friendship with people, especially with, if it's possible to have your family that are your friends. I think that's a blessing. I have someone that his brother is his best friend, and it's absolutely beautiful. There's this openness. There's no restriction to that level of friendship. They're business partners. They're best of friends. They practically do everything together, and they're brothers. And if we can find that friendship in family, it's good. And we should also know that friendship is a win-win for everybody. It should be a win-win for everybody, not just one person, like she was saying. And then there's something that we used to always say back then: your friends would always make or mar you, or they will either make or mar you. So that's also important for us when we are evaluating our friendship. Are we being made, or are we being marred? Are we getting better, or are we deteriorating in that friendship?
Thank you.
I don't really have much to say. I'll just say, I'm looking directly at the camera. Be a good friend. Be a good friend. You too. They're watching this. Be a good friend. That's all I have to say.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Be a good friend. And how are you, my friend?
So thank you for putting this together. I think it's been quite enlightening.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. And I think this is our longest episode yet. So thank you so much for sticking with us, dear viewers or listeners. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, comment. Let us know what
And
you
if you are
enjoyed.
his friend, please repost.
Yeah. You need to support our.
Now we know.
So please just engage. Let us know what you enjoyed the most from these conversations that we've had here today. And thank you so much for coming around. It's been an immense pleasure just I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
And then we'll see you some other time. Thank you. Peace out. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.